All right, here we go. Welcome back. Men versus Women podcast. We on today. I'm L.
I'm JB True.
And we got a special guest today. We got
Taylor.
Taylor's on the podcast with us today, guys. Man, welcome back. Real quick, want to throw a quick shout out to my Baltimore Ravens. Yesterday, going to the conference championship next weekend. Shout out to Lamar Jackson, Zay Flowers, Coach Harbaugh, all the Ravens doing it. Hold it down, baby. We're going to represent. Now, we're going to jump right into it. We're not going to play too many games. Today, man, we're going to be talking about a little bit about what is it about when you are in a successful position, and what is the level and the willingness to help? What does that look like? And why specifically do people like us seemingly have a problem helping each other out once they get to a certain level? All right, so we're going to jump right into it. I know y'all seen a lot of stuff going on with like the Katt Williams situation. With what's my guy name? Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer. Katt called out. He called everybody to the carpet. There ain't nobody that he didn't touch in the comedy game, almost damn near. So, does Katt have a point? I mean, what do y'all think? Does Katt have a point with what he's saying? I was saying, Katt Williams, Steve Harvey. You know, he damn near talked about everybody. I don't think anybody was unscathed. But does Katt have a point? I mean, what do you think?
Man, he proved some of the stuff he said. But about them stealing jokes and all that stuff.
Yeah, and I mean, you can look. There's footage out there of Cedric doing seemingly the same joke. You be the judge. Also with, Steve Harvey. I think Mark Curry had came out and talked about all of the stuff that Steve stole from him. And again, you be the judge. I saw some of the video footage, and some of the photos, some of the imagery from hanging with Mr. Cooper looks damn near identical.
Yeah, I didn't even notice it until he brought that up, and I'm like, wow, that's basically the same show.
Right. We don't know. What you think, nephew? Was it? Did you see?
You know what we're talking about Mr. Cooper and that?
I don't know anything about that.
Before his time.
It was before his
time right there.
Yeah. But yeah, it was basically identical, same show.
So, man, with that being said, man, I think there's some validity to it. I think sometimes when you are creative and you watch other creators, you might take some of their style inadvertently, whether you mean to or not mean to. But I do think that's a level of, I like how this person is presenting their craft.
Yeah.
And, I want to try to do it or spin it like they do it. You know what I'm saying? So.
But the things I was like, with all that, I feel like when he about the thing about them wearing dresses, like all the comedians have to put on dresses and stuff. and I mean, most comedians came out and was talking about how they was like, well, I did it because I wanted to do it and it boosted my career, but I don't think I'm going to put on no dress for nobody.
Man, really, when you think about it, and some here's the thing. When we talk about it, some black people feel like, oh, that's too deep, you read too much into it. But the reality of it is, historically, when you've been black in America, fam, in our inception in this country, the level of buck breaking, right? They do a thing to kind of break you down. They do stuff to kind of keep thinking about the dynamic of black men wearing dresses in the comedy specifically, or just in entertainment. And you got to look back at, it goes way back, man, to the days, you think about, you've heard the term buck breaking, and what does that mean? That goes back to when we were slaves, our inception into America, right? There were certain things done to degrade, to demean, to make us feel less valuable, to make us less than. And one of those things was taking away the black masculinity.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
So it's like, people, Milton Berle and some other white comedians throughout history, they've also put on dresses and stuff like that. But they don't have the same history as blacks in America. And they don't have that reputation of emasculation, to make you feel less than. So when you see that black male put on that dress, put on that skirt, acting feminine from an entertainment standpoint, it's like purposely done. You know what I'm saying?
But if you look at it, most of the people that did put that dress on, it was more. That's when their career took off.
Right.
So what? Why is it? But why is it so much into the black community?
Well, I think it's the willingness to compromise yourself, right? If we gonna get you, let's see, if we gonna get you to put on a dress, and then Katt also talked about stuff that goes on in these parties and in back rooms. So if you're willing to put on a dress, what else is you willing to do? Hell, what did you do to actually have to put on a dress? What did you do at that private party to put on a dress?
What do you think, nephew?
So when you said about when they put on the dress and started their career, so when Martin Lawrence did it at Big Mama's, is that what started his career when he started wearing the dress, or was his career already started before he did?
Well, it kind of started his movie career. Am I wrong?
It somewhat started his movie career where he was the star in the movie.
Right.
He had been in movies before, but he wasn't.
But he wasn't the main star.
He wasn't the lead man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like at that point he had already had a show that was successful, and Martin was uber successful. Even today, it's still in syndication.
Yeah.
But during Martin's run, it didn't get the notification or the notoriety that it was supposed to go, or he should have gotten compared to the shows that was out. You know what I'm saying? When Martin was out on TV, man, on Fox, man, it kind of was keeping Fox afloat. So, fast forward, Martin getting other opportunities as a leading man in the movie roles, because everybody knows the movie roles pays more than the TV roles. You know what I mean? For the most part.
Series, yeah.
So, I don't know, man. It's a tough one to say. It's like, how did he go from that to getting where he was in the to throw on the dress, right? I don't know if it's, according to Katt, they have these private meetings and they have these parties that you go to, and the discussions are had and things are done.
But it wasn't even just Katt Williams. Katt Williams is just one of the people that
Well,
brought that up.
right.
A lot of people bring it up, but it's always get dismissed.
Right.
And now
Right.
Katt saying it, but now they always try to throw drugs on people that say stuff like that. Or he's druggy, or he's crazy. He's been to the nut house and all that.
Well, I think,
or he's which Katt Williams claimed to since day one. He said he's never done drugs.
right, and I think people paid more attention to it because it's Katt. Katt has a larger platform. He has a much larger following than a lot of people that maybe have said it in the past, right? Like our brother Orlando Brown. He be out here tripping, has been tripping for a long time. You know what I mean? With some of his interviews, and very questionable, and everybody's familiar with his drug use over the years. You know what I'm saying? And how wild and outlandish he has been at times. And I wish that brother nothing but the best. But you tripping, fam. You're tripping. I just hope you're getting the help and support that you need to be better. 100.
But you dismiss everything he's saying?
No, I don't. I think there's a lot of truth in what Orlando Brown has said, but how it's presented is like it's easily to dismiss him because he does have a history of drug use and stuff
What
like
do you
that.
think?
But that's the perception of life.
Yeah.
Anytime somebody goes through something and they've done something in the past and they've cleaned their life up to be somewhat better than what they were, there's still going to be that bad perception of, oh, you were a drug user or you were an alcoholic in the past.
Right.
But in life, you go through different things.
Right.
When you have that much influence, you're doing shows, you're doing movies and whatnot, Hollywood is already corrupted as it is. So like they say, those parties that happen behind closed doors with drug use and things, you never know what's actually going on. And that is corrupted to your mind. That can destroy your mind and your mentality as well. So once you start realizing who yourself really is or really are, when you start releasing that toxic things, you start gaining on who you should be in life.
Right.
And some of those people, they may seek God and get religious and things of that, and now people's like, oh, something's wrong with you or whatnot. But when you start talking about Christianity, that's when they start mentioning that things are wrong with you.
Right.
Oh, you're on drugs, stealing, things of that.
Yeah.
It's just how people are when it comes to religion.
And I think that's an aspect that's kind of purposely done. You know what I'm saying? That we're gonna keep this person whacked out and keep the perception of them whacked out. Even though there may be some truth to that, because you tripping a little bit, but we already done put it out there that that's who you are and that's how you are. So, it's going to water down anything you have to say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas Katt is in a position where he's always been popular. He's one of the only comedians who can tour without actually promoting the show. It just kind of pops up on your feed that he got a show coming,
and it sells out,
and people sell out.
Just like when he coming right now to Nashville,
right?
So
he's doing arenas.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. He's doing the big rooms. He's not doing these little dives and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
His career started going down after he did was it Pimp Chronicles 2? When he's talking, that one joke he said about when he started talking about Hollywood and how it was, and he went to the Playboy Mansion and stuff, and he said, "Is that Professor Opie?"
Right.
And them catching people in rooms doing stuff. That's when he started talking about Hollywood. That's when they started saying he was on drugs or he's crazy.
When you start telling what's going on, that's when they blackball you.
Yeah.
But then you also got to think, growing up, you was watching shows, and Monique was always on TV.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But where's Monique now? But Monique has always stood tall and said she was not going to be doing that stuff to be forced into something that she knew she wasn't.
Right. Yeah.
She said if it's for her, it's for her, and if it's not, it's not. But she said she's not going to change her life, or she's not going to change herself just for the money and just because you want her to do it.
And it's clear. I mean, it's clear to see that Katt, that Monique, they've been excluded from the group for whatever reason may be. They've been excluded. You know what I mean? So it's clear to see that. And Hollywood and some of these entertainment entities, they have a bad habit of thinking that we all just dumb, that we just stupid, like we don't see what's going on, right? Entertainment's entertainment. We want to be entertained. I love a good movie. I love a good comedy special, a good little show or whatever. I'll check it out, but I don't hang on it. Like I don't have to have it. I don't have to consume it to live life. You know what I mean? Because that's not everyday life. That's why it's entertainment, right? And you have so many cats out here who, people who want to get on, people who want to rap, tap dance, sing, play the flute, whatever they want to do, right? They want to be involved in the entertainment industry, and they don't understand the business aspect of it. And then those that do, people who, you always hear that term, the gatekeepers, right? The people who hold the keys to the gate for you to get in, they might want a little piece of that. You know what I mean? They want something from you because they know that it's going to take them for you to go to where you're trying to go. Yeah. And it boils down to man or woman. How much are you willing to compromise yourself? You know what I mean? What you willing to do for this little part? You know what I mean? We can. It might even be a big part, right? I've heard stories of people who've done stuff, didn't even get paid, right? But it was like just to get their name out there, to get their face on screen, to get out there, and they still had to do some dirty to get in.
They probably see the potential in them. Like, we can make real good money with him, but I need to keep him connected to me,
right?
Because once he blow up, I don't want him to be able to go over there,
right,
and make money without me.
Well,
so they gotta have some dirt on him.
That part, there's some truth in that, and I think remains true in anything, sports, entertainment in general.
Yeah,
if you got it, you got it. You know what I mean? Like it's clear to see the talented people. Damn, they got it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, Denzel Washington, for example, he's got a quality about himself as a creative and an actor. He's got it, right? You think about Michael Jordan when he played basketball, he's got it. LeBron, he's got it. You know what I mean? Roger Federer, when he played tennis, he got it. You know what I mean? So it's like there's just aspects of every level of entertainment of the people who got it, and there's just not going to be any holding them back, right? Maybe early on when they get started, you can try to keep your thumb on them so you can try to make a little money off of them or whatever. But sooner or later they just got it.
Yeah.
There's other people, mid-level actors, mid-level sports figures. The prime example of that is look at football. Look at all these mediocre quarterbacks, man. Come on. You know what I mean? These cats, they still getting deals and getting signed to teams because, they got a good agent. Or, they involved with, they played at college with a certain coach or a certain general manager knows them, right? Some of these cats is still on NFL rosters. that's quarterbacks, they need to be working down at Wendy's washing dishes. Yeah, I mean, yeah, am I bullshitting?
No.
You know what I'm saying? So, and it's like, but every now and then, there comes a special talent. Lamar Jackson,
Yeah.
Right? You just, as much as you try to suppress, as much as you try to discredit and wash down, water down what it is that he's doing, you can't, because it's amazing, because it's never been done before. You know what I mean? Nobody's ever played the way this guy has played, right? Can run the ball, throw the ball. He's smart deciphering the ball. He's smart with the plays. Does he make mistakes? Yeah, but Tom Brady made mistakes. Peyton Manning made mistakes. So to make that comparison, oh, well, he only did this. Well, so did they. You know what I mean? Dan Marino is one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever do it, right? Never won a Super Bowl. He only went to the Super Bowl one time in 1983, his rookie season, right? So he was, so is he trash because he didn't know, right? You still look at him as one of the greats because what he did on the field was great. So, you know, when it comes to that black man out there running around,
they don't,
you know, they want to water that down because it's different. They don't want you to look at Lamar like what he's doing is great. But on the flip side of that, y'all remember the Tebow mania? Tebow did a fraction of the stuff that Lamar Jackson is doing. Oh, Tebow, he's just a winner. He's just a winner. Everywhere he's going.
He didn't do nothing in the NFL.
He's a winner everywhere he's been.
Why do you think they hating on Lamar?
Lamar has always stayed the same.
Exactly.
Hasn't changed up.
Yeah. And
Lamar, I tell you, he know what he's capable of doing. He's confident, very confident in himself. And, you know, his numbers speak for itself at the end of the day. It's always going to be doubters, but, you know, it's just the same thing. They don't want to see him. It looks like as if the NFL does not want to see him as the face of the league. But, you know, it's in the same situation of where Cam Newton is, you know. Like, where's Cam Newton?
Right.
You know, why is he not on the roster? He may not be a starting quarterback, but why is he not on a roster?
Right.
You know,